Okay, dear student, today we have Newton laws of motion, applications of Newton laws of motion. Previously we discussed about application of Newton laws, but it was without friction forces. Now today we are including friction forces and we want to study the motion of bodies and forces on a body. Okay, forces of friction or friction force. So what is friction force? Actually, friction force is opposition to the motion of a body. Frictional force refers to the force generated by two surfaces that contact and slide against each other. For example, friction forces may be of many types, like, for example, if one body sliding over the surface of another, so this is called sliding friction. Yeah, for example, surface produce opposition to the motion of this body. For example, if body is ruling, if we have circular shaped body and this body is ruling, so this surface produce a resistive force, opposition force to the ruling of this body. Okay, uh, it may be, for example, many types. It may be kinetic friction. It may be static friction. Different type of friction forces. For example, if body is at rest, for example, this body is at rest. So this produce friction. That friction is called static friction. Static means rest. When body is moving, for example, if body is moving on surface of another body, for example, this one has some acceleration moving. So these surfaces produce friction. That friction is called kinetic friction. Kinetic means motion. Kinetic friction. Okay, these friction forces actually depend upon what? Friction forces direct relation with normal force. Normal force is equal to what? Weight of the body. For example, a body laying on the surface of earth or a surface of, let's suppose, table. So this, for example, how many forces? One force is downward, which is gravitational force, Fg. Same. What is the reactive force from the table? So reactive force of the table is normal force. Normal force are always perpendicular to the surface of it. The surface of a table or surface of any body, for example. Okay, so friction force directly proportional to N, or frictional force equal to what? N, and we take one constant. That constant is called coefficient of friction, mu. Coefficient of friction. Actually, coefficient of friction is a constant of proportionality. This is a constant. Different surfaces have different value for coefficient of friction. Coefficient of friction may be two types. When body moving, we can say that coefficient of kinetic friction. When body is at rest, so we can use the word the coefficient of static friction. Coefficient of static friction, actually this one is unitless quantity. Why unitless quantity? For example, if we divide both sides by n, n is also force, friction force, this one is also force. Then cancel with this one, we have mu is, mu is equal to F divided by n. So when n is equal to what? N is equal to mg, gravitational force, normal force, reactive force. So both are forces. Friction force and this one. So the unit is, you can say that these are the friction force, coefficient of friction is unitless. There is no unit for coefficient of friction. So what we use the formula for friction force Friction force is equal to what? Friction force is F is equal to mu n, where n is normal force and mu is equal to coefficient of friction. This one is constant quantity. Okay, coefficient of friction mu depend upon surfaces, ranges from 0.3 till 10, and it also depend upon, for example, bodies in motion or bodies at rest. Motion and rest of the body. Let's see. You can see a diagram for static friction and kinetic friction. What this means? This means, this diagram means that, for example, if we have friction force, these are, you can see region. Okay, you apply force on a body. Let me write. We have, for example, surface, bodies on surface of earth or surface of a table. You want to start motion in this body. So first you apply force on this. It means your force starts from 0. You are increasing your force. Your force is increasing. But still it is not able to start motion in this body. So you are increasing force. Gradually, after some time it will start motion. Yeah, this body will start motion. So after that, then you need what? Then you need less force. Automatically force will less, and then you will continue motion in the body with a less force. So in beginning you are applying force, but body is still at rest. This region is static region. This region the body was at rest. Then automatically start motion, and you need to your force. You need to reduce your force because now body is in moving. You are not increasing your force. Then after some time with a constant force, you can produce motion. You can continue the motion of the body. This one is kinetic region. This one is static region. Okay, static friction and kinetic friction. Different objects have different. For example, you can see from this table that steel and steel, when two bodies, one is steel, second one is also steel. So their coefficient of friction is 0.47. Kinetic friction is 0.57. Same aluminum and steel, copper, rubber, wood and wood. You can see ranges from these. When glass moving on another glass body, so their ranges you can see. Same, these are values for coefficient of friction. One is for static friction, yeah, coefficient of static friction, and coefficient of kinetic friction. You can see the coefficient values. Okay, now we are going to solve some example finding the relation of static friction or kinetic friction. It depends upon angle theta. How it depends upon angle theta? In what way it depends upon angle theta? In this example, we are going to discuss the relation between static friction and critical angle at which the body start motion. Okay, you can see from the graph that a body is on, let me try here. We have inclined surface, body on this surface. Okay, now you can see if, for example, there is one force, mass of this body, gravitational force. Fg are equal to what? Mg. And there is another force, normal force, which normal force is always perpendicular to the surface. You can see this one. Now, gravitational force making angle with the normal force. Let's suppose angle is theta. Now, for example, if this body start motion, yeah, if, for example, let's suppose this one is moving in this direction after starting motion, acceleration. So there will be friction force, but if, for example, body is at rest, so we call that one static friction. If body is in motion, so again there is kinetic friction. Let's suppose this body is at rest, so we can say that static friction. So force is normal force, gravitational force. Gravitational force also making angle with normal. So there are two components of gravitational force. If we have mg gravitational force, so this one is horizontal component. This one, this side is actually mg into cosine of theta. This side is vertical to angle. So this side is actually mg cosine theta, mg into sine theta. Now, how many forces are along x-axis and how many forces are along y-axis? So, if we consider this body in state of rest, so sum of all forces on x-axis equal to 0. Why? Because body is at rest. F of x is equal to 0. Now we consider this surface. This one is x-axis. You can see in vertical. This one is y-axis. Sum of all forces along x-axis is equal to 0. Why 0? Because there is no motion. We consider this body is at rest. So how many horizontal components are there? You can see one, this component, this is parallel to x-axis, equal to what? Mg sine theta. Second, we have friction force. So if we take mg sine theta on positive axis and friction force on negative x-axis, so equal to we have mg into sine theta minus friction force f of x is equal to 0. Now, sum of all forces along y-axis, again sum of all forces along y-axis is equal to 0 because there is no motion along y-axis. So there are two forces. One is normal force upward and one is downward force. That one is mg cos theta. So if we take n positive, so n minus mg into cos theta is equal to 0. From first one, if we transfer, so we have f of x, yeah, fs, friction force is equal to what? Mg into sine theta. Mg sine theta. Okay, so from this one, if we find the value of mg, how we can find n is equal to what? If we have mg into cosine theta, if you divide both sides by cosine theta, this one also divided by cosine theta, these two cancel. We have mg is equal to what? Mg is equal to n divided by cosine theta. The value of mg, n by cosine theta. Friction force is equal to mg theta. If you replace mg with the help of n divided by cosine theta, so friction force is equal to n divided by cosine theta, and we have multiplied with sine theta. So friction force is equal to f of s is equal to n, and we have sine divided by cosine, sine theta divided by cosine theta. Our f of s is equal to n into tangent theta. Now we know the equation of friction, that friction is equal to what? We know that friction force is equal to mu with n. If we take static friction, so mu s with n. To replace fs with this equation, we have mu s into n is equal to n tangent theta. So n cancel with n, we have mu s, yeah, static friction, coefficient of static friction is equal to tangent theta. So coefficient of static friction depend upon angle theta, this angle theta. Okay, this last one, mu s is equal to tangent theta, is equation for static friction, coefficient of static friction. These are our calculation, and let's suppose in this example, it is given same body on an inclined plane, but angle is given. If angle is equal to what? Let's suppose angle is equal to 20 degrees. So how we can find coefficient of static friction? So we know from the previous formula that coefficient of static friction is equal to tangent theta. So when tangent theta is 20 degrees, so tangent 20 degrees. Coefficient of static friction is equal to tangent 20. Okay, tangent 20 degree is equal to 0.36. 0.36 coefficient of static friction. Okay, another example, and these are multiple body problem when two bodies are connected by means of rope or string. And if you remember, we discussed such type of example, and we assume that in such type of motion, acceleration remain constant. Yeah, acceleration produced in one and second, these are constant. Their magnitudes are same. Same tension produced in these two bodies, these are same. It was our assumption from previous that, for example, two bodies are connected, so their magnitudes are one. For example, acceleration produced in body number one, their magnitude is equal to acceleration produced in body number two. Same tension produced in body number one equal to what? Tension produced in body number two. So how many forces are in here on mass number one and mass number two? If we consider mass number one, this body, so there are only two forces. One is upward force. Upward force is tension force, and second one is downward force, the gravitational force, Fg, or we can say that this is M1G. M1G. So how many forces? We have some acceleration. So we can say that sum of all forces on mass number one along y-axis equal to m1a, because we have acceleration. How many forces? Two forces, tension and gravitational force. So we can write tension minus m1g is equal to m1a. Or we can find the tension value, T is equal to what? M1A minus, sorry, plus, because minus becomes plus. So we have M1G. Tension force for mass number one equation. Now, how many forces on mass number two? So you can see here, let's suppose downward force, gravitational force, If 2g, mass number 2, normal force upward, we have applied force F, making angle theta. On this side, if body is, for example, moving, because we have acceleration, if body moving on this direction, so there will be a friction force. We have friction force. I will write Fa because body is moving, so kinetic friction. Same, we have tension force here. So let's uh, resolve all forces. So all forces on mass number 1 along x-axis. Okay, we consider mass number 2. How many forces on along y-x-axis? Sum of all forces on x-axis equal to m2a because there is acceleration. So force making angle theta, there are two components for force. This side is F into sine of theta. This side is F into cosine of theta. So cosine theta, this one along x-axis, same opposite we have tension force and kinetic friction. So if we consider this one positive, so we have F into cos of theta minus we have tension force and also we have kinetic friction Ft is equal to m2a along x-axis. Okay. Now, how many forces on y-axis? So sum of all forces along y-axis equal to 0 because there is no motion along vertical axis, now y-axis. Downward forces F2g, yeah, gravitational force equal to what? M2g. Upward force, normal force and same component of this force, F sine theta. If you consider n and F sine theta, these are positives. If m2g is downward, so we have n plus F into cosine of theta. This one is not cosine theta. Okay, we have this one, F sine theta. F sine theta. So we have n plus F into sine of theta minus downward force into g is equal to what? Is equal to 0. Okay, so from this equation, can we write n is equal to m2g minus, it become minus f into sine of theta, normal force equation. Okay, we want to find acceleration and same you can find tension force. Okay, as we know that the kinetic friction Fk is equal to mu k multiplied with n. N is normal force. We know the value of n. So if we replace n with this value, we have Fk is equal to mu k. We have m2g minus f into sine of theta. The kinetic friction. Now we have kinetic friction value and we have normal force and we have also tension force. So now we can find the acceleration. If we replace this first equation, if we replace tension and kinetic friction with these two equations, so what will be the result? Result will be we have f into cos theta, f into cos theta minus tension. Tension is equal to what? Tension is equal to m1a plus m1g, this equation. Next we have kinetic friction minus Fk. Also replace Fk with this equation. We have mu k into m2g minus f into sine of theta is equal to m2a, m2 into a. So arranging these this equation, we can find the value of acceleration. The final result or acceleration is equal to what? Acceleration is equal to, okay, all calculation are done. You can see here clearly. First step, then second step, this third step. Okay, in value. Next we have kinetic friction. Then last equation, and putting all the values, you can see we put the value of this one is kinetic friction value, this one is tension friction value, and our last result is equal to acceleration is equal to f cos theta plus mu k sin theta minus m1 plus m mu k m2 multiplied with g divided by m1 plus m2. This is the final acceleration, the equation for acceleration for both bodies. Acceleration, for example, if one body is equal to 2 meters per second square, same in second body, because these two bodies are connected with each other. Okay, you can try this one. These actually kinetic friction values are given, same masses are given. Mass number 1 is 4 kg, mass number 2 is 1, and mass number 3 is 2 kg. Now, same, all three bodies are connected. Tension for all these values, for example, tension number 1, tension number 2, tension number 3, these are same. So how to find acceleration of the body and how to find the tension? You can try this one. Try this one and try one example, last one. This one. You can try to solve these two questions. If not, so then we can discuss in my office time. If you have any type of questions, so then we can discuss tomorrow in our office time. Thank you.